Welcome. I am Jennifer McDonald, the Training and Implementation Manager for GrapeSEED. GrapeSEED is excited to give you the opportunity to dream big and reignite your passion for literacy and travel. Get ready to embark on an exciting journey throughout Michigan as Tracy Foster and Shannon Cooper-Toma, the dynamic duo from Corunna Public Schools, share their travel adventures with students and their two children's books, Benson's Adventures in Michigan and Benson's Seasonal Adventures in Michigan. Tracy is a kindergarten teacher, and Shannon is an elementary principal at Nellie Reed Elementary. They have presented at multiple conferences, including the Michigan Reading Association, the Michigan Elementary and Middle School Principals Association, and the Michigan Association for Media and Education. They were recently selected as ABC 12's News Project Imagination Book. The pair will share their journey as authors and share strategies for helping students become authors of their own adventures. They will also give you a sneak peek into their third book, as well as their recent travel adventures to NASA and Hollywood. This presentation will inspire you to dream big and reignite your passion for literacy and travel. I would like to now introduce you to Tracy Foster and Shannon Toma.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us on this exciting journey. Our story began a few years ago when we were reunited as educators here at Nellie Reed Elementary. Tracy and I have taught together in Corunna Public Schools for several years, but it was when our district stratified a few years ago that our journey really truly began together. Tracy does a lot of the photography work for our school, and we decided to do an upcoming photo shoot for the next school year's kindergarten registration. We decided to do a sea life theme, and she had the idea to take a group of students to Saugatuck to photograph them along the shores of Lake Michigan. We quickly realized that a couple of the students that we brought with us for the photo shoot had never seen a Great Lake before. They had all sorts of questions for us. They wanted to know if we were actually at the ocean, if sharks were in the water, and if what type of sea life we would see. We had so much fun that day, just exploring our wonderful Lake Michigan and our great state, that we decided to try to travel with as many students from our district as possible. Then we kind of branched out and we started to take students from neighboring districts as well. It was really, the passion that we would see through their questions and their excitement in our travels that led us to the point where we thought, why don't we take these travel adventures and put them in the pages of a book? And so we have recently published two children's books. Our first book was Benson's Adventures in Michigan, and that book highlights 10 Michigan locations throughout our state. And at each location, we highlight two wonderful adventures that families could do together. Our second book is Benson's Seasonal Adventures in Michigan. And in that book, we highlight our 4 wonderful seasons that we get to explore here in the state of Michigan. And each season features 4 unique activities that are really special and highlight our great state. We put a lot of thought and effort into the design of our books. We wanted it to be fun and engaging for families and students. Our book is written in a fun postcard format. We wanted students to feel empowered that they too could be authors like us and write about their own travel adventures using postcards. We have a lot of beautiful photography work that Tracy highlighted throughout our journeys. We have some fun recipes that families can do that actually correlate back to the activities. It's just kind of a fun way for families to extend the learning that takes place at these locations. And Benson always leaves students with a challenge. So if they're able to visit the location with their family, he leaves them with a little challenge to complete. That too is a great way to highlight our state and help extend that learning. We have a lot of fun Michigan history facts that are embedded in the state or in the book that really kind of highlight a lot of the K-5 curriculum. And it's just a fun book for teachers to use in their classroom. There are lots of opportunities that teachers can do as well to help extend that learning.
We also want families and educators to know that as they travel, just like Benson does, he writes back about his adventures on different types of postcards from each different location, and families or educators can download an app called Touch Note. And through the app, they can share their adventures through picture postcards with their family and friends, and it's just a great way to keep students engaged in the reading and writing process throughout the entire year. There's also a program called the Michigan Activity Pass through your local library. Families can travel to their libraries to check out a library card, and through the Michigan Activity Pass, there are over 400 locations that are featured throughout Michigan in the different regions. Families can check out passes to visit different museums or state parks, the sand dunes. There's just many great different adventures to have throughout the different communities in Michigan. We also have created a parent and teacher guide in order to provide parents and educators with different ideas on how to use the books in classrooms and in their homes. The Parents Guide offers many resources for travel in the community or travel throughout the state of Michigan, and it also provides parents with different ways to use the book through the different content areas to keep students engaged during the summer or on different holiday breaks or throughout the year. The Teacher's Guide provides educators with ways to engage students in the classroom with the reading process and different writing strategies. There's a lot of Michigan history facts, and really it just covers every content area.
We are very honored to serve as Project Imagination representatives this year for ABC 12 News. They have a wonderful program. If you are a first or second grade teacher, you can actually visit their website, Project Imagination. You can sign up to have one of their talents come into your classroom and read our book, Benson Seasonal Adventures in Michigan. We're proud to partner with them this year, and we will also partner with them for the following school year. We also recently traveled out to NASA with a group of students as a way to help inspire our students to dream big. We're very proud to have ABC 12 join us on this adventure.
Get ready to be inspired. A Corona teacher and principal are using literacy, learning, and travel to encourage children to dream big.
That's right, and their latest journey took a group of elementary students all the way to NASA in Florida. ABC 12's Project Imagination went along for the trip. Our Christine Winter shows us why it was the trip of a lifetime.
Big dreams in a bottle rocket with a life-changing note.
We were going to Florida and NASA.
Harper and Isabel Root are among 6 young, eager explorers making a 1,200-mile trek to Florida. The Shiawassee County students, ages 6 to 10, are traveling Benson style, inspired by a children's book written by teacher Tracy Foster and principal Shannon Cooper-Toma.
It's going to be my best day ever for my life.
They're excited and eager, clenching special handmade journals all the way to Port Canaveral. Then finally, 3, 2, 1. The trip of a lifetime is ready for liftoff.
I brought you some astronaut ice cream. It's freeze-dried.
The Kennedy Space Center Visitors Complex is rolling out the moon rocks for the kids.
Where are the real ice cream?
Right in the gate,
We are real.
a private tour and a hands-on lesson about early rocket science. The children are curious, taking it all in.
The Alan Shepard. He's got in a capsule this size. Can you imagine going to space with that alone?
Already putting their journals to good use.
We're going to go to our first stop with the Space Shuttle Atlantis.
And on the way to see the shuttle that traveled into space more than 30 times, who's here?
This is emotional for you. It is. It is. I was telling Tracy, I had the most amazing fourth grade teacher, Mr. Kelly, who was so passionate about space. So for me to be able to bring students to NASA is truly a dream come true and a full circle moment.
Then, an amazing, massive piece of history.
Super big.
You can't make it. Learning at its best.
Would you like to learn that space shuttle?
Foster says this is what it's all about. Big, wide-eyed, filled with curiosity.
You can teach students in the classroom, to learn about space. You can read stories about space, but to come and experience what it's like
see a real space shuttle. Trips through Benson's Literacy Foundation help spark new passions and interests for the children. And when it comes to dreaming big,
I flew 4 space shuttle flights.
It doesn't get any better than meeting a real astronaut.
How do you eat in space? Have you been outside to work on any spaceships? Are you in space when you go on a mission?
All right, how long in space? My shuttle missions were, first one was 6 days, the second was 7 days, the third was only.
And the students were ready.
I looked up for some questions before the trip on Safari or Google.
They watch videos at home, even at school.
Do you have aliens and scientifically?
Do I believe there are aliens? Yeah, I think there are.
His practical advice, learn as much as you can.
The reason I got to do the things I got to do was grades. Grades. If you make good grades in school, you get to do what you want to do.
A message heard loud and clear.
I want you to be inspired to do whatever you want.
And that's what's happening here under the hot Florida sun.
What I dreamed about is how big this place is, and I was like, this is pretty cool.
Wrapping up a larger-than-life trip, 6 young mid-Michigan explorers ready to reach for the stars. And the sun and the moon. In Port Canaveral, Florida, Christine Winter, ABC 12 News.
Roses are red, violets are blue. If you've fallen for the...
So part of our mission is to really get kids to dream big through travel adventures. We were proud to partner with ABC 12 on the NASA trip, and we also were able to partner with them on another exciting trip.
Yeah, so last summer we provided our students at Corona Public Schools with a summer reading camp. We went in as authors and presented and showcased our books, and then at the end of the presentation we were able to donate a book back to every student. We had done this through our Literacy Foundation, and we wanted to provide students with the opportunity to travel throughout Michigan to see what Michigan has to offer. We had found that many students didn't even realize that we had sand dunes in Michigan, so we were pretty excited to embark on this big adventure throughout Michigan. We had chartered buses that came and picked up the students, and then we traveled over to the sand dunes and to the lighthouses just to showcase everything that the west side of our state had to offer.
Ready for your next great accomplishment? See where hard work can take you. Attend Oakland University's College Credit Advising Day, February 20th. Register at oakland.edu/visit.
We get goosebumps, and it's just an incredible day for us to watch their little eyes light up to see Lake Michigan for the first time.
It is the trip of a lifetime for a group of more than 50 mid-Michigan students. A special literacy project with Corona Schools is taking children outside of the classroom to see some of the state's most special places right here in this book.
That's right, and as ABC 12's Christine Winter shows us, it's all possible through 2 dedicated educators and a lot of community support.
Ever count down to a sunrise?
I'm pumped, let's go!
He woke up early and he had everything ready. And when they found out he was going, he kept asking, is tomorrow the day?
For dozens of Corona elementary students who love reading and writing, this trip is huge, even life-changing. They're stepping into the ultimate Michigan journey based on the Benson's Adventures book.
They don't get to connect sometimes to the things that they read. This is just huge for them to be able to read it and then go see it.
Nellie Reed Kindergarten teacher Tracy Foster and Principal Shannon Cooper-Toma created the story to encourage children to dream big.
All right, friends, we are on our way to Lake Michigan.
Months of planning went into the trip. The first stop?
It's right out here, right in Pointing.
Backwoods dune rides at Silver Lake. Until now, some of the children had no idea the dunes even existed. Nature's roller coaster, bright sunshine, wind-blown hair, and big smiles of amazement.
The coolest part, this is all straight from an outdoor adventure from Benson himself. Page 16 of Benson's Seasonal Adventures in Michigan. Let's hear it for Benson!
It is the coolest We went over hills and we even stopped to see Lake Michigan. It was shiny from where we were. We put our feet into the lake. What did it feel like? It feels cold.
Sand and water between toes. Their faces say it all.
1, 2, 3.
And from a ride to a tough climb.
It was really hard and it was a long time.
Encouragement, love, and a handmade, hand-cut travel journal for each student.
My favorite thing was the moonlight and the big hill that we climbed.
Why that?
Because I liked how hard it was to climb.
Overcoming an obstacle to stand on what feels like the top of the world. And after a crab crawl back down,
My brother's scared and it's not as scary.
it's on to the majestic Little Sable Point Lighthouse.
It was never ending.
It is never ending. And neither is Toma and Foster's mission to inspire and empower children through adventures like this one.
It's been amazing. When we first got on the bus, I just wanted to cry to see the kids' faces, how excited they were. And they were talking about coming to Lake Michigan and going on the sand dunes. And many of the parents were so excited.
Community support is crucial.
We reached out to many local sponsors and business men and women who were so wonderful and embraced this project and helped us fund the books and the t-shirts, and Dean Trailways sponsored the busing. It was incredible.
A sentiment shared by these young explorers.
I wish I could be this excited all day because it's really fun being here.
Back at the school, eager parents are excited to hear about the unbelievable journey full of Michigan memories, inspiring all of us.
You had so much fun.
In Corona, Christine Winter, ABC 12 News.
I love it.
Yeah.
It brings tears to your eyes to think that, some of them may have not had the chance to do that ever before.
Since then, Shannon and I have created Benson's Literacy Foundation. We are very passionate about providing students with different opportunities to dream big and to follow their passions and their dreams. And through our Benson's Literacy Foundation, we are able to donate books back to different organizations throughout the communities. And we are also able to provide students with unique learning opportunities to travel throughout Michigan and throughout our nation.
So a lot of people are wondering what's next. Well, we're very excited to announce that our third book, Benson's Adventures in the USA, will be released in June. So stay tuned for more exciting adventures that Benson will share with all of the boys and girls throughout our great nation. And we also are starting our big March's Reading Month author visit presentations. We definitely spend a lot of time throughout March highlighting the great travels that we have shared with students throughout March's Reading Month, but we also take visits throughout the year as well. So if you have an organization or a group, whether it be a local library or a community organization, we have presented to those groups as well to share our journey. And of course, you are always able to contact us through info at bensonsadventures.com. That is our email address, as well as our cell phone numbers. We're very excited to share our social media sites with our fellow students and teachers. We have a Facebook page that's pretty active. If you just search Benson's Adventures, you can contact us through that, as well as our websites, bensonsadventures.com and bensonsliteracyfoundation.org. And also, we would love for you to use Benson's Adventures in your own classroom and share that with us. So you can purchase your own copy of either of our books at our website, bensonsadventures.com. Thank you so much for allowing us to share our special travel adventures and our writing project with all of you. We hope to hear from you soon on how you have used our books in your classrooms. Benson also loves to receive mail, so we have contact information on the back of our guides where students can write to Benson and and share their own travel adventures.
Thanks, Tracy and Shannon. I am sure you have inspired many to dream big and reignited their passion for literacy and travel. I'm sure their brains are already spinning, trying to figure out how they can incorporate literacy and travel and encourage their children to write about their adventures. So we'd like to thank everyone for watching today. Have a great day.